I just want to throw my Kindle at the wall. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting a new vlog and I have my Kindle here so that I can give you a quick update on where I am. I'm not sure how much reading this vlog is actually going to entail. I feel like I kind of say that pretty often because I am quite busy with university and whatnot, but I'm really genuinely unsure this week because today is Tuesday and I've got class later on today and so much homework to do. Even thinking about it, like, it gives me the sweats. Like, I'm just in a panic of how much work I have to do in the next couple of days, and it's all because I procrastinated. So it's my own fault. I brought this upon myself, but I have a ton of work to do. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, I also have class, and I've got just a little bit of homework, not a ton, hallelujah. And then on Thursday, my husband's aunt unfortunately passed away due to breast cancer a couple of weeks ago. And so on Thursday, we're having her celebration of life, and that is a little bit ways away in Germany. So we have to do a little road trip and go there on Thursday. And then I'll be missing class. And what really is so frustrating is that does not count as an excused absence. Going to a funeral. That's kind of shocking to me. Like, I get it. She said at the beginning of class, there's no unexcused absences at all. And everything is an unexcused absence unless you have a literal doctor's note stating it was an emergency. It's a strict class. It's frustrating. Like, I'll be getting a complete 0 for the entire day for all of the participation, for the homework as well, because you have to do like the rest of your homework in class and submit it during class. It's this weird thing. So there's no point in me even doing the homework at all because I'm not going to be at class. So I'll get a 0 on the homework. I'll get a 0 on the participation grade for the day, 0 on the attendance. You can only have 3 unexcused attendances before you get an F in the entire class. Like, it's crazy. So it's a little stressful, but it is worth it to see my husband's family and to spend time with them and to go visit and to celebrate. Anke is her name, to just celebrate Anke's life and yeah, spend some time in that area. So that's Thursday. And then Friday, we are going to my husband's other aunt's house to visit them and spend some time with them. My husband wants to go on a motorcycle ride with his uncle. They're like both super hardcore into motorcycles. And so he wants to do that basically all day Friday. And then on Saturday, September 21st, it's my birthday. It's my 28th birthday, which I'm shocked that it's getting so close to 30. I feel like the time is flying by. So Saturday, we will be coming back from our little road trip home. And then on the way, I'm really trying to work it out, but I don't know if it's going to work out. So fingers crossed, knock on wood, praying so hard that we're going to be able to work out paragliding in either the Black Forest or in the Bavarian Alps. I kind of think at this point in time, we're leaning towards the Black Forest, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're going to have any space because we kind of just determined that we would be staying there and that it would be a possibility like yesterday. And so I've emailed a ton of people and we're going to see if they get back to me. I'm really, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that they will because I would love to go paragliding. I would have loved to go skydiving because the first time I went skydiving was my 18th birthday. And I just feel like it would be perfect to do it exactly 10 years later. But skydiving in Europe is so expensive. Like, for my husband and I to go together, it would be an absolute minimum of $500, if not even $600 or more. And for paragliding, both of us can go and we can get photos and we can get videos and we can have like a partner paragliding experience. So like we're both right next to each other in the air, 20 to 45 minutes total time. And that collectively would be like 350 euros. So for me, it was kind of a no-brainer at this point in time in our lives. We're doing the cheaper, longer, more coupley kind of experience. And then once we have more money in the future sometime, then I can go skydiving again. We'll have to see if that works out. I don't know. I'll update you. Obviously, you'll see it later on in this video if it happens. I'm really hoping it will. So anyways, as for what I'm reading, finally, I am currently reading Legendborn. I am 27% of the way through. But my Kindle says that I still have 9 hours and 59 minutes left, which is crazy. That is so much. I don't know, it makes me not really want to read the book that much because it's kind of overwhelming, but we'll see. It's really good and I'm really liking it a lot. I think it's definitely very young adult, but I'm really enjoying it. So hopefully I can finish that soon. And then I've got As Old as Time, A Twisted Tale by Liz Braswell, and it's one of the Twisted Tales Disney kind of books. There's a whole series of them. I'll put some of them on the screen so that you can see, but I specifically picked this one because I really like Beauty and the Beast, and I really like Beauty and the Beast retellings in general. And I feel like this one would make for a really good twisted tale. I just feel like it fits perfectly and I'm really excited to read it. It says, I'm trying to read, it's like really such tiny print on the little thumbnail of the book on my Kindle. There's like a phrase and it's, "What if Belle's mother cursed the beast?" I think that's pretty interesting. So I'm excited to read that. I've not started on it yet, unfortunately. I just really have not had the time, but we'll see if I can start it this week. I would like to if I happen to have any time. And then that's kind of it. I have a couple of other books that are available to me at my library right now, or they would be available to me very soon, but I don't think that I would like to start any of those because I have these to read on my Kindle. And then also I forgot I've got Lessons in Chemistry as an audiobook on my phone. I believe I'm 12% of the way through right now. And I believe that I've got 10 days left to finish reading it, maybe 11. And I'll be honest, I'm not really sure how I'm feeling about that book. It's really, really hard to read. If you've read it, then you know, but there's just a scene in which a man assaults her, and I have a really hard time reading scenes like that. Like, it makes me so angry and it fills me with so much rage. And this book especially, it happens and then she basically gets blamed. She gets like kicked out of programs. People don't believe her. They say she should just apologize. And even though people know that it's true what she said, because they know the assaulter's personality, they know that he would do something like that. Even though everybody knows that, they still take his side because he's in a high position. And it just makes me so angry because it's not like this is just in a book. And it's not like this is just something that we only see in fiction. This is real life. Like, this book was taking place in the 1960s, and praise the Lord, it does not happen as much anymore because there are a lot of laws in place to stop this from happening. Like, if you've read the book, you know, like, it was so bad. It's not like just what I said. It's like truly the police officers were like making fun of her. They didn't believe her. It was just so awful. And I know that still happens nowadays, but it doesn't happen as much as it used to. And I think in STEM, it was particularly bad. I think it is still very bad, but I think it was really particularly bad in the 1950s, 60s, etc. And, you know, I'm so happy that it's improving, but my gosh, like, there's still so much to improve. Like, we're still living in the dark ages as far as this goes, like, as far as sexism and blaming women for their own assault. Like, it makes me so angry. I'm really struggling to want to pick it up and to actually desire reading it. I just don't at this point in time because it's so hard to read. I just want to throw my Kindle at the wall. And I don't really want to choose to feel like that when I'm reading a book. Like, I would rather choose to feel good and to feel happy and to read a book that makes me smile or brings me joy and to not be so infuriated. Hopefully it's going to get better as time goes on and not worse. I will just see you in the next update then. Hi, so quick update. I listened to a bit of lessons in chemistry last night and a little bit this morning. I think I'm roughly 20% of the way through now, and it's definitely easier to read now. I feel like the beginning was kind of just bombarding you with all of the sexist, awful things that have happened to her, and it was like very shocking and just very hard and just all in your face at once. But now it's kind of evening out and it's kind of really getting into the story more and not sharing so much back history all at once. I kind of feel like it's still sharing back history, but in a different way. And it's a more palatable way for me, at least. It's not so hard. And I'm enjoying it a little bit more. It's still not like super intense, super intriguing, can't keep my hands off of it kind of read. However, I am liking it more. I'm hoping I'm going to continue to like it more as I continue to read it, and I'm hoping to be done, I don't know, kind of soon. I definitely am not going to have any time to read today. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's Wednesday, and I have to prepare literally so much before we leave tomorrow, including the class that I have and the homework and everything. And then tomorrow we're leaving early in the morning to go on the road trip to then go to the area where the funeral will be held, or the celebration of life. And my husband is not going motorcycle riding anymore with his uncle, so we're not going to go to the Black Forest, and we were thinking of paragliding in the Black Forest. So now I'm kind of not really sure what to do. I'm in a little bit of a tailspin trying to figure out quickly, what can I possibly do for my birthday? Can I do anything at all? Should we just push paragliding to a different day? I initially wanted to go here because we're close to the Bavarian Alps, and so I thought that would be really fun. And there's actually a place where you can go paragliding by the Alps and by Schloss Neuschwanstein, which is such a mouthful. That is the castle, like the Disney princess castle. And so you can go paragliding in that area and you can literally go by the castle. And I think that's the most magical, cool thing to ever exist. I'm so obsessed with the idea, but it's quite expensive and it's a little bit shorter than usual. And also they don't have any free time until like October. So I'm not really sure what to do. I'm not really sure what we're gonna decide to do. So frustrating. Like I'm such a planner and I just want to know, you know, and my husband is not. Like, he's just so free and open all the time. And he's like, yeah, like maybe I'll go on a motorcycle ride. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe we'll do that. And he just doesn't care and he doesn't want to plan anything. That's not his personality. And I'm like such a type A personality. It has to be planned. Like, I physically cannot go somewhere and have nothing planned unless the plan is specifically to have no plan and we're traveling in a country. I do that sometimes, but then the plan is to have no plan. There's still a plan, and it's like within a specific scenario. It's not like this. Like, this is an open-ended no plan. I can't do that. I can do a closed-ended no plan, but not open-ended. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I will try to update you, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to update you at all after today, because like I said, we're gonna be on the road trip, then we're gonna be at the celebration of life, then we're gonna be with my husband's family, and I think until Saturday, I don't think I'm gonna have a chance to update you at all, but you will see on the videos what happens. I don't know. I'll try to include you in the planning. Wish me luck, even though it's already happened as of you viewing this video right now. And I will see you in my next update. I will try during the road trip and whatnot to listen to lessons of chemistry on my phone and to read on my Kindle Legendborn. Those are my two priorities right now. So hopefully I'll get some of that done and then I can update you on Saturday or Sunday about it. But not sure how much time I'm gonna have for reading because my priority right now is just figuring out what the heck to do for Saturday.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters in my sheets. Yeah, high school was hard, you'd fight with my mom, I'd fall asleep to the screaming, sound machine always speaking, left emotional scars. Now I'm 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. At 21. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. I'm just a kid. Oh, I'm doing things I shouldn't know from. Yeah, doing things I shouldn't do. At 21. Yeah, I play you my favorite songs on a car ride while you list me all the people that left you in your life. Oh, oh, and you smoke on your chair while I was trying to sleep. I smell the smoke in the air, but that was normal for me. I didn't know. I didn't know. But now I'm 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21, feels like I'm 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. Oh, at 21. Yeah, I'm 21. Oh, I'm just a kid. Oh, I'm doing things I shouldn't know from. Doing things I shouldn't know. At 21. At 21. At 21. Whoa. I'm 21.
Hey pretty baby, am I in your way? Cause you walked out so fast yesterday. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. So tell me what you want, tell me how you want it. Tell me all the reasons that you're running away. I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, no, no. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you. Yeah, I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you. Yeah, I just wanna be with you. I just wanna dance all night. Forget my problems, I might go insane. I don't really give a damn what they say.
So here is my final update. And I think maybe even just my second update, maybe my third. I'm really sorry that I just have not been giving many updates, and also I haven't really been reading. I don't think there's a single reading clip in this entire vlog, so it's not really actually a bookish week in my life. It's kind of just a week in my life with like a very slight book undertone to it, and I'm sorry for that. I really did intend to read more, but this week was just so chaotic and it really got away from me. And as you saw in the clips, we actually did quite a lot. There was the funeral on Thursday, and then on Friday with my husband's family, we explored the area around Bodensee, which is a lake that was nearby to us. And then Saturday was my birthday, and as you saw in the clips, we saw a 3D movie. We watched Deadpool and Wolverine, so Deadpool 3, and it was really good. It was very gory, but what would you expect from a Deadpool movie? It was exactly to be expected, and I thought it was really funny. It was really clever, and we definitely both enjoyed it. It was nice in 3D, but I don't know. We just thought maybe we'd give it a try because it was the only one that was playing the entire day in English. And if we didn't want to watch it in 3D, then we would have had to have watched it in German, which is an absolute no-go for me. I don't want to watch movies in languages that they were not created in. I hate it. I hate it when the mouths don't match up. I hate it when the sentences just sound weird. I hate it when the sound sounds weird itself because, you know, it's so different when it's spoken in the actual scene versus then when it's spoken in a studio afterwards. You just cannot recreate it. I hate it so much. So yeah, we watched it in 3D then, and then afterwards we went to a Korean barbecue, which was so much fun. It was so good. The beef was like so tender, so it was like butter. It like melted in your mouth quite literally. So good, so delicious, and you get free sides with it. Like it's included in the price, so it's not free, but it's included. And in my mind, that's free. And you can get as many sides as you want. Like you can keep reordering the sides and it's still included in the main price. You don't have to pay extra for it, which we definitely took advantage of. The Korean fried pancakes were quite literally out of this world. They're the best that I've ever had. Even in Korea, I visited in like 2016 or so. And so I can barely remember, but I do remember the food very vividly. And even in Korea, I never had such good pancakes. Like these, it was just so good. They're Korean pancakes, so they're not like normal pancakes. They're basically like fried little things with like vegetables and whatnot. Oh, so good. It was so good. I think we probably ordered that like 5 separate times throughout the entire meal, and we kept reordering rice and we kept reordering kimchi, which is one of my all-time favorites. I love it so much, and it was just so good. It was so much fun. It was quite expensive. It's expensive in general anyways, like even in Korea. It's not as expensive as in Germany, but it's still more expensive than if you were to just go to a regular restaurant and just get a meal that's already made. And in Germany, it's like that times like 5. It's very expensive. But like I said, the sides are included. So we just ordered like a million sides. And I think it was well worth it. And I think we're definitely going to go back because even though it was expensive, it was so good. Like the cuts of beef were just like so delicious. One of them was Wagyu, which like so good. Anyways, yeah, so that was yesterday, and today it is Sunday morning, and I'm not going to read today. Kind of just relax and recover from nonstop doing stuff and waking up early for like the past 4 days in a row. I'm not an early bird at all. I'm a night owl. I hate waking up early, and I'm just looking forward to getting back into my normal morning time routine, which is like waking up at 8:30 at the absolute earliest, like not a minute earlier. I will update you on what I was able to get done in this time because I was able to read a teeny tiny little bit. There are probably, as I mentioned, no clips of me actually reading because I did not read on my Kindle at all. So I did not read Legendborn or any of the other books on my Kindle at all. I didn't even open my Kindle. In fact, I've not even touched my Kindle until today. And that's like 5 days or so of me just like not even knowing where my Kindle is, not touching it or anything. That's the first time that's happened in a year and a half, 2 years or something since the day that I first bought my Kindle. I normally open it at least every other day, if not every single day for at least like 5-10 minutes. So like this really was an unusually very low reading week for me. But I did listen to audiobooks on my phone. As I mentioned, I got a little bit done. So I am now currently roughly 30% of the way through with lessons in chemistry. And I feel like it got easier to read because there was a little bit less about just the blatant, awful, horrific sexism in STEM. Like in the beginning of the book, like there was no abuse after like the beginning of the book until just recently in the book. And so I kind of thought like, okay, there was just that one scene and things are looking up. Things are getting better. Maybe I can really actually relax and enjoy this book and not constantly just have my fist clenched in rage. And then as I kept reading, turns out I was wrong. It does get worse again. Not necessarily worse, I guess, but it gets bad again. And now I'm just also really frustrated, and it's for other reasons. But I'm still really, really, really angry. And like, I literally, like, I listen to it like this because I'm just so frustrated and so angry. And I don't know. I mean, on one hand, I really am enjoying this book. I think it's beautifully written and it's really good. And I do like the characters, and they have a dog and I just love the dog. I think it's quite well written. However, on the other hand, it really, really is hard to read, and it really makes me mad, and it really frustrates me, and I feel like it's one hit after another, after another, after another with her, and something huge just happened involving police. If you've read the book, then you know what I'm talking about, and that just like really, I was not expecting it at all. Like, I had no idea that that's what happened in this book, and it just made me so angry. Like, at a police station this thing happened, so it's not like when the police did not believe her when she was abused in the beginning, but like later on in the book at like the 20-25% mark, this thing happens at a police station. It's hard. It's really hard to read, and I definitely think I'm going to read to the end. I only have, I think, 5 days left, and as I said, I'm only 30% of the way through, so I have to finish that final 70% soon. And I'm really hoping I can get quite a bit of listening in tomorrow when I clean the apartment. I don't know, fingers crossed. But honestly, this is a book where I feel like potentially I could rate it 4 or 5 stars after it's done. However, I will never read it ever again because it's so hard to read and it makes me so angry. Like, this is one of those beautifully hard to read kind of books, and I just don't know how I feel about it. And that's kind of it. I really did not get that much done, and like, then when I did have time to read, I just wanted to recover because it was so stressful. The reason why we watched a movie and went to dinner for my birthday instead of doing the things that I mentioned before, because at the beginning of this video I literally talked about 2 extremely fun things that I would have loved to have done, is because it was just like one thing after another this weekend. First, I thought paragliding, series of unfortunate events. It did not work out. Then I thought, fine, just literally anything in the sky. I just want to be in the sky above the lake Bodensee. And so then I thought maybe an airplane ride, because they have really ultralight airplanes where it's actually really, really cheap to go on a 1 hour long airplane ride. But then again, didn't work out. So then I pivoted again, and I thought, okay, fine, well, at least on the way back, maybe I could do one thing that's kind of adrenaline pumping, and we can go to an amusement park, Legoland, which absolutely is made for kids. I don't care. I still would have loved to have gone. Obviously, as you saw, it did not work out, because we were going to do that with my husband and I in his car, and we were just going to make like a little pit stop at Legoland on the way back. Then once we were at home, we were still going to watch a movie and have dinner afterwards. But then Legoland was kind of going to be like the big activity, and the roller coasters were going to give me like the adrenaline pump that I wanted so bad. And then one day before, or not even one day, but the night before we left, my husband checked out his car and determined that, I guess, his water cooler system or something was broken, and he's actually shocked that we did not get into a car accident before and that it didn't completely break down before, because I guess that the way that the pistons were firing and the way that it was so close to the pistons firing in the wrong area, which would have completely broken down the engine. And if we were on the Autobahn, so the freeway going, you know, over 100 miles per hour, that's quite dangerous actually. So it's a good thing that he found it before we were driving in the car. However, it meant that we had no car. And so then we had to drive with his sister, and we had to take more cars than we had initially planned total. And then she had to pick us up, and then she had to drive us there. And so we were on her schedule in her car. And we obviously then could not go to Legoland for the entire day and come back whenever we wanted. So it was like one thing after another, after another, after another, and we just kept pivoting and trying to find new things. And then finally I was just so exhausted. I said, fine, just a movie and dinner. That's it. I don't want to do anything else. So yeah, hopefully in the future sometime, maybe later this year or probably in spring, since it's starting to get really cold and starting to get bad weather, maybe then in spring of next year we'll go paragliding, because I really just want to go so bad, especially in the area like just south of us. It's so beautiful. There's the Alps and everything. So we'll definitely do that one day, but today is not that day. It was just way too stressful. And then not only that, but when we were actually at the place, we had an apartment that we rented, and it was me and my husband and then my husband's sister and her fiance. And so it was the four of us in this little apartment, and that was Thursday night after the funeral. And so after the funeral, we went to the little apartment, we grabbed the key and we left some stuff there, and then we went back to hang out with the whole family and have a dinner together as everyone after the funeral and just spend the rest of the evening with them. 10:30 or so, we finally decided it was time to leave, and so then we did the 30-minute drive from the place that we had dinner where everyone else was staying. There was like a hotel there, but it was extremely expensive and it had no amenities or anything. And the apartment that we were staying at was super nice. It had its own kitchen. It was much larger. It was much more private, and it was way cheaper. And so we chose to stay there instead of staying with everyone else. And so then at like 10:30, everyone immediately goes to sleep there, and then we go and we drive 30 minutes to go to our apartment. And then once we're there, we realize that my husband forgot the keys in his sister's car, in the other car, not the one that we were in. So then we had to call like 10 different people trying to find somebody who was awake who could grab the keys out of the car and then give them to us in the parking lot of the place. We drive 30 minutes back to the place. We pick up the keys. Then we drive 30 minutes back. It's like midnight at this point in time, and we have to wake up early the next day to have breakfast with everyone. So finally we get home. We can enter the apartment and sleep. And then the next morning, we do the final checkout with the people who we rented the apartment from. And then we drive all the way back to have breakfast with everyone else. And then as we're having breakfast, my husband realizes that the keys for the apartment are in his pocket, and we did not give the lady who owns the apartment the keys when we checked out. So then, as we're leaving officially that day to go visit the city with his whole family around the lake and everything, which you saw clips of, we have to make a little detour to go back to the apartment and then give the keys. I feel like we wasted so much gas this weekend, and it was so stressful. It was really fun, at least, because it was so late and everyone was super punchy in the car. There was the four of us driving, and so we were just laughing the entire time. So at least it was a good time, but my goodness, it was so much stress, and it was just one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. So I just want to take this weekend to recover and rest and relax, as I said before. So yeah, I will see you in my next video. I hope that y'all have an amazing day. I hope that you had a better reading week, and I hope it was less chaotic for you. And I will see you later. Bye.